Jay Freeman. Phil, what up, boy? There we go.
Hey, what's up, man?
Jason Freeman, ladies and gentlemen. How you, man?
I'm
Long
doing pretty
time.
good, man. How you holding up?
Oh, we're pretty good, man. You know how it is out here, being quarantined. So this is the way I connect with old ballers, old teammates, and things of that nature.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad you reached out to me to make this happen. Appreciate the thought.
Yeah, man. Yo, hey, this right here, what I did was, and like I tell everybody else that comes up on here, yo, I gotta show love to guys that was nice, better than me, had a decent career, definitely played ball at Central, and you know,
For real.
you know what I'm saying? A straight ballers, straight ballers. So this is what this is for, and this is for me and other guys that may have thought about you to show you love and show you love in this
Appreciate
time of
that.
need. Just let everybody know that Jay Freeman's still alive.
I'm still out here, man. Thank goodness.
Yeah, right. So now let's get into it a little bit. I remember I don't want this to be all about me and you, but it's all about you.
Well,
So
before you even get into it, I see you brought the Knicks hat out specifically. Yeah. Okay.
we were right.
I see where we're going here.
Yeah. Yo, Biddy basketball.
Yeah.
That was your start. That was your start as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking organized, I mean, for me, I mean, it really starts in the backyard. I'm sure for a lot of people,
Yeah.
but I'm part of a pretty big family. I'm the youngest in that family, so our backyard battles. I got two older brothers, one older
Right.
sister, all play ball.
Right.
So really, for me, like I it was just something that it was going to be part of my life pretty much no matter what. And we got to hoop in
Yeah.
the backyard. So, we have these 2-on-2 battles that, could get pretty heated. So, I mean, my brothers are, I guess, um, about 7, 8 years older than I am. So they're
Mm-hmm.
almost like in pairs. So, my oldest brother, and then my second oldest brother, they sort of, pick up me and my sister. So I usually was playing with Seamus, who's my second oldest brother,
Yeah.
and my sister Sharita would be with Preston, and we have 2-on-2 battles in the yard.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask y'all like, yo, well, who paired up with who? Because I mean, like none of y'all was no slouches though. I'll tell you that. None of y'all was slouches.
Yeah. I mean, it was real. Like you think having the girl on the team is a disadvantage. You'd be wrong.
Not her.
No,
Not
not her
her.
at all. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, that's sort of where we really started. But yeah, biddy basketball for sure. Got into that at a really young age, as early as I could. Like it's funny, I actually remember. I don't know if it was the beginning of biddy basketball in Hillside because I was young at the time. This might have been like I don't know, fourth, fifth grade.
Mm-hmm.
But I can remember like when my sister, because my sister's a year older than me. So if I was in like fourth grade, she's in fifth or whatever. And I can remember she had reached the age or the grade where she could sign up and play biddy basketball and like get into the organized league.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to play so bad. I wanted to get into that league, but I was too young, so I couldn't. So I remember being upset about that. And like, why she get to play and I don't, and I gotta
Yeah.
wait my turn and sort of do all that.
Right.
But yeah, once that next year, once I was able to get into it, yeah, it was definitely something that I did every year. We did the winter leagues at Calvin Coolidge.
Right.
We had the summer leagues at the PAL.
Right.
We did traveling all-star teams. Like I did all of it,
Right.
basically from jump. So I mean, that was really my start in organized ball, and where I met like a lot of people, like a lot of cats that you've had on interviews already. Came up with them and through biddy ball, even if they were older than me. Like I could see them playing in the older league while I'm in the little league.
Right.
But yeah, for sure.
But that was definitely a time, man, because biddy basketball, I think that's everybody where they got their feet wet. Everybody
For
came
sure.
in, and I think your father was one of the coaches at one point too. And
He was.
you had
Was.
Phil's
Yeah.
dad.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Like I remember the first biddy basketball team I was on, Arthur Garrett was the coach. We had,
yes. Yes.
yeah. We were the Nets. And I
Yeah.
remember, I was real small then. But it was cool. It was our first experience, and I was on a team with Delvon Arrington,
Right.
who you talk about legends in
Yeah.
hillside, like man
Yeah.
go. And
Yeah.
Naeem Lynn was on that team. That was my first biddy basketball team, and I was one of the younger guys on that team because those guys are a couple years over me.
Mm.
But it was a great experience just to sort of get into playing like real organized ball. And yeah, my pops coach. I guess kind of after that. So a couple years into biddy basketball, my dad started coaching teams, um, and we had some pretty good runs in biddy basketball. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
lie.
I think our
I guess
class was like, not to cut you off, but I think our
there you
class
go.
of basketballers, I think that class was pretty steep. That is,
Yeah, we were pretty solid. There's a lot of talent in the town for
yeah,
such a small town.
yeah,
It's pretty dense with basketball talent, which is pretty cool.
yeah,
Um, so it was good, man. I used to look forward to those leagues. The competition was always there.
yeah,
Um, we had a nice little I don't know if you want to call it a cheat code, but like since my dad was coaching, he
yeah,
automatically got me and my sister. So like we coming into it with two good players
yeah,
before we even draft.
right,
So we had that going for us, and we did pretty well. We won a lot in biddy basketball, so that was fun. It was
yeah.
good times.
So now we move up. We come from Biddy and we go on to high school now.
Hmm.
Now that I mean, like freshman year, I think we did okay. Freshman year, we were okay.
We were solid, man. I really enjoyed freshman year.
Mm,
Like that was. I mean, it might even be if I had to put it into like the most fun I had playing high school ball.
yeah.
Might have been that first year, freshman league team. Coach Sellers.
Yes.
Um, Coach Sellers is the man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, yeah. And it was it was a good group. I felt like that group really, really, really gelled, and we had a lot of talented guys. Um, like it's good squad.
We it was I remember it was me, you, uh I want to say Kareem Collins.
Kareem Collins, John Mitchell ran the point.
Yeah, that's right. John Mitchell ran the point.
Yeah,
Uh we had a lot of guys that was on the
yeah.
team.
Willie Underwood.
Yeah,
I
Willie
think Kyle
Underwood was
Slack
there.
was on that team.
Yeah.
Tamir Wheeler.
So what did he was he on that team?
Yeah, yeah. Tamir was on that team.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I got to okay.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like we had a good group,
Mm,
and it was like we had one of those teams where I felt like it was good chemistry, and it was like it was pretty up pace
yeah,
and up tempo. You could switch on defense. We were all kind of like the same size, kind of
yeah, right.
tall, lean,
Mm-hmm.
athletic. We could you could do a lot with that team. So I really really enjoyed that year.
Yeah, because that team we didn't have too much height. I think our biggest guy was Lamar. Lamar
Yeah,
Williams.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And he
yeah.
was our
Lamar
biggest
Williams.
guy. And he was on his way out the door because they wanted him to play JV at a point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And he also played football. So he was our biggest guy. Oh man, those the good old days, man.
it was, man. We made it work. I feel like I remember like the first day, and we got them uniforms. I don't know if you remember the uniforms we had for that freshman
Oh
team, but man, it was like uniforms from like 1963. And they
yeah,
pulled them out the
exactly.
closet. It had like comets on the bottom.
Yeah.
It was wild, but it was good times. I really enjoyed that experience.
Definitely was a good time, man. Freshman basketball, and then see that's the only thing because the following year, like I told you before, the following year I think Sellers had what did he do when we moved on to sophomores? He did something. I think he went somewhere else or
No, I think he,
no.
he was he was coaching JV. I want to say our sophomore
Right,
year.
right. He moved up.
Sophomore year, yeah, yeah, because we came in, we got because Griff left,
Yeah, that's right. Griff left.
and obviously that's a huge loss in terms of like you talk about continuity and like
Yeah,
somebody that built a program
right.
that was great. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that was a big loss for the program.
yeah,
Um, But yeah, Coach Sellers was coaching JV, I want to say, her sophomore year, and then Coach Severa came in as the head coach.
That's right.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Hold on, yeah, because Severo, when he came in, he still showed me love. It was Blasey. Blasey,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think.
Blasi was senior year.
Yeah, oh, that was singing. Yeah, that I
Yeah,
was wrong
Blasi
about
was
him.
senior
I was
year
wrong.
because Severa was there for 2 years.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Um,
right. I miss him. He let us play, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He was a good dude. Like I really enjoyed playing for him too.
Mm,
Because I was lucky. Like my sophomore year, I played varsity. I played
mm.
JV too. So I was one of the people that sort of went on
Right.
both in my sophomore year. I mean, as a sophomore, I mean, I feel like you can't really ask for much more than that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. I got
And I was,
some varsity run, and particularly when, because I feel like Naeem was hurt because he played football too. And I feel
right.
like at
That's
the
right.
beginning of that sophomore year, Naeem had some type of like lingering injury or something that he was recovering from football. So actually, I think started a couple of games sophomore year in
Mm,
place of Naeem, and then when he came back, I went back to the bench. But
right.
it was good experience. Just get in there.
Now, Phil, Sellers, he stayed with I'm talking Phil right here.
Uh,
Sellers, he stayed at JV. He was on JV. Like you see the
yeah.
comments coming up.
Oh
But yeah,
yeah, I see.
Sellers,
I see Hockey in there. What's up, Hop?
yeah. Oh, Hockey, that's up.
Yeah,
Wow, Coach Hockey.
Coach Hockey
Yeah, man, great guy too. Football.
for sure.
Um, yeah, but get back to basketball now. Yeah, Coach. Once Blasey was there, that was a done deal. I think I had went over the night league. I was ineligible. I was frustrated, but it was still somewhere for us to play over at the night league. So I
Yeah,
did that, and because it was just like I was so. As a man, I know why I was upset now because I couldn't play with the rest of you guys from playing freshman, sophomore. Then it's like junior, senior year. It's just like it's cut off. It's done.
right.
And then Blasey just like, oh no, 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 no. Like he ain't
Yeah,
fighting
yeah. I mean, it's
me.
tough. It's tough being a senior,
Mm,
and getting a new coach. I think that's
right.
always going to be a tough situation for everyone. I mean, like there's got to be a point where you got to recognize I'm a senior. I'm on my way out no matter what.
Yeah.
And this is somebody new coming in trying to build their thing, trying to build their
Yeah.
program. Like you don't understand it at the time. You know what I mean? Like at the time, it's like this is my team. I'm a senior. Like this should be our year or whatever. But there's also some looking ahead that you got to be willing to accept.
Yeah.
As you mature. But yeah, I mean, it was cool. Like I mean, I enjoyed playing for Blasi too. But it's only a year. You don't really have the time to develop those relationships, to develop that continuity. And that was the thing that I felt like we missed the most, like in our class in particular, in the class that like came after us, when Sellers left and we lost Griff and all that.
Look, you see
See
that? You
how
see that right
yeah, I see the
there?
comments. But yeah, like when Sellers left and we lost Griff, it's like all that continuity, like I was aware of those
Yeah.
guys and I knew them since I was younger. I knew, Sellers when I was in middle school with WOK and
Right.
stuff. So
Mm,
these people know you, they understand you, they know, exactly sort of what it is. So you get a different amount of like chemistry and you get that cohesion and team building, kind of all that stuff. You're gonna be behind,
right.
as you sort of change leadership. That's just what it is. But we made it work
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
best we could.
And it was fun. Like I said, it was still fun and everything too. And then it was like it felt good, like moving on from a freshman to a sophomore, and then checking
Mhm.
out the up and coming talent, and you telling these guys what they're gonna have to do, and then playing with the older guys that we already knew. That was when you knew you made it. When the older guys, the upperclassmen, knew your name, and then you was up there playing, running the drills with them. That was awesome. That was an awesome part of the program as well. And Griff had it real tight, real
Yeah,
tight.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, he ran a great program. A lot of great players came through there. A lot of people. I mean, like your brother is one of them. Like I looked up to Kurt. Like I remember
Mm-hmm.
watching him.
Mm-hmm.
and just being like, man, like this dude can hoop. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like we had some dudes that could really go. So
right. And then it was like also it was like you had like Marquise Braxton. I was telling him like he was one of the guys that was a sleeper that I felt that was a sleeper, but was like just an awesome pickup and an awesome like I saw his growth. Phil's another one.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
for sure. And like Marquise is another dude that like we came up through Biddy together. Like I remember like one of my first and second years playing in Biddy and playing against Marquise's team. It's funny. I was listening to his interview that you did with him
Mm.
before, and that was one of the games that was like, all right, like we got to be ready to play this one
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Marquise was pretty big too. Then like by Biddy basketball standards, so that was one of those games where it's like, all right, we got to be up for this one. And that was a tough squad, that they had. But so it's cool to sort of just have that continuity in those relationships that you develop. I guess Marquise was what a year ahead of us. Yeah,
Yeah, he was a year ahead
yeah,
of
he
us.
was 1 year ahead of us.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean he was our anchor. I guess that was my junior year season.
yeah.
Marquise was our anchor. He's like the dude that we look to for leadership.
Hmm.
That guy that we is our leading scorer, leading rebounder, probably led us in everything that year.
I believe he watched a lot of Jalen Rose because he really idolized that guy, man. And I
Yeah,
told him that up here. I said, "Yo, Jalen Rose was your man." And then it's like your game pretty much transformed into it as well because he was out there. He was like a real leader. Like you looked at Jalen Rose in Michigan, you looked at Marquise Braxton over here. Like, wow, those guys. Somebody's following somebody. Well, you know who was following who.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
and it's dope because like he was like a big for us.
Yeah,
He's either like the 4 or the 5 on our team,
yeah,
but talk about having perimeter skills as a big man in the
mm.
'90s.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like that's normal now, but
Right.
back then it's kind of special. So
Yeah, like you figure you got the total package. You got a big man that can shoot out there like that, and
for
and
sure,
drive. Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
But the thing that killed me was I think me and your sister was in the same class.
Hmm.
This one quick story, and then we're gonna switch it back. So
Okay.
first year we was playing, and I think see this represents the heck because I'm gonna go ahead when she come on if she come on. So, now I
I
remember,
should have brought out some Bulls gear.
yeah, yeah, because y'all was bowled out.
Oh
Y'all was
yeah,
bowled
oh
out.
yeah,
I'm like,
oh
yo.
yeah, and that's why it's sort of like it's crazy that we're doing this now because like I'm sure you probably been watching too. Well, maybe you haven't watching The Last Dance on
Oh yeah, yeah,
ESPN.
sure,
So
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely,
so it's
definitely.
kind of like bringing me back to that mind state. Like our family and like we were like the biggest Jordan and Bulls
Oh
fans
yeah,
out there.
yeah. And that's
Um,
the thing too. Y'all was always. I remember one practice it came before we even started practice. Your pops brought the Jordans through there. I'm like, oh, they
yeah,
really
man, it was
bad.
serious, man. It was serious. Every pair, black and white. As soon as they drop,
Yeah,
first
yeah.
day,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in there.
Damn.
But yeah,
You
man,
still like that?
those were the days.
You still like that? You recouping them again? You recouping them?
Some of them, I'm definitely not like I was. No, not
Yeah.
like it was. Like
Yeah.
before, like when I was in high school, it was like